the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So out come the Texans in great start. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Mahomes now on first down, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete. See some heads shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Steps away to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Pete Werner brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's got Anderson on the slant. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Mahomes' throw is caught here by Anderson and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And again, it's Mahomes. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. down inside the 15 he goes. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out. He can catch.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jonathan. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced out to him, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DJ Waddle drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Being chased out left. Looking towards the sideline, finding Kelsey for the completion. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And when you run a drag route like this down near the goal line, you're hoping maybe you get an inadvertent pick to set your man free. A lot of people are calling them natural screens, but this was well defense, and they stopped him for just a short gain.
3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Taylor, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts
as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They run once more with Taylor.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And quickly to Kelsey.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. They run the counter. It's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
37 yards. As his guys have now moved out in front.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come on.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers.
Jonathan Taylor.
75-yard. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
as he's brought down at the 24. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Taylor.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Taylor.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Eluding the pressure right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
To throw is Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's third down.
Can we go back to the days where if you tapped your wrist as a quarterback, that just meant you're going to spike the ball, not fake spike it and try and get something downfield? They just tried it there, and it wasn't successful, but I know what you're thinking, right?
Dan Marino, Jets, 90s.
Yeah, without a doubt. His Dolphins got over on him. They faked the spike play, thought they were going to stop the clock, ended up throwing a nice pass for a touchdown, I believe.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really